Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, back with a new movie. And yeah, guys, this is my own original idea. The name of this movie is What If Naruto Was Konoha's Dark Flash. And if you like this movie, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without further ado, let's begin our story. It has been 3 years since the defeat of Kyuubi no Kitsune. Today was the third year of its anniversary, as people were celebrating in Konohagakure in Osato. As we see a group of mob in an alleyway beating upon a child. Today we will avenge our deadful comrades and loved ones, alongside Yondam-sama. You will die today, demon. Naruto just laid there, unconscious, as the people continued to beat him, maim him. But none of them were clan members. All of them were none other than civilians, who were corrupted by civilian council. As after some moments, without them knowing, Sandaime alongside with his Anpus arrived there. Amongst them were Hiyashi Yuga, Tazumi Inuzuka, and Fugaku Uchiha, who were best friends with Minato and Kushina, as they were all seething in rage as they leaked their killer intent as the crowd froze, as it turned around and smirked. Today we have killed and avenged Yondam-sama, and alongside our dead because we could finish the said sentence, his head was clean swept, cut off by a tanto wearing and a dog mask wearing Anbu, who had a silver gravity-defying hair. As he glared through his mask's hold eyes towards the crowd in front of him, as Sandaime said, "Kakashi, execute them. You have my full permission." As Kakashi, without even giving it a second thought, executed them. "You can bring him to the Anbu hospital, all of you, with me." As the said three clan heads alongside Sandaime arrived at the hospital after 10 minutes of cleaning up the mess. "Hokage-sama, with all due respect," Fugaku began, "this has to stop. We cannot let them harm him anymore. He is our friend's legacy, for God's sake. Only legacy." As Kakashi fists were so clenched that bloods were drawing from them. "I cannot let this happen again. I cannot let Sensei's son suffer and live in fear anymore. Sandaime-sama, I am going to retire from Anbu and going to adopt Naruto." "Kakashi, you know I can't do that. It will be not fair for the other clan heads who also try to adopt him, out of respect from Minato and Kushina. So, what do you propose we do?" "I can't believe I'm saying this, but we have no other choice than to go with Minato's plan B." As everyone's eyes went, You can't be, meaning that you're going to put him there." "Yes, we have to. Unfortunately, it's the only way he could be safe." "You are you sure, Sandaime-sama?" said Fugaku. It wasn't like him to stutter or anything, but this was shocking because he knew of the plan B that Minato created, because all of the clan heads knew, because they were friends with Minato and Kushina. They were the previous generation of Konoha 12, for God's sake. They'll be damned if one of their friends' child suffered more than he already had. So what do you propose we do? Do you have any other suggestions? As everyone's sweat dropped, because they knew the only suggestion they are going to make is to adopt him into their clan, and some of them wouldn't let them, because if they did, Naruto will be as a powerful asset given to that clan and not to the village, and it will be not fair to the every other clan that also want to adopt him. Good. So we are commencing protocol A20. Plan B from Minato, the vault. It is effective from now. "Hi," all of them said. "I want shinobi side of the council gathered there pronto, alongside elders." As Kakashi vanished, and after half an hour, everyone was in the council chambers, as the elders arrived at last, and so did the council members, minus civilian council members. "What is it you want, Hiruzen?" "It's already this late at night," Danzo said. "All within due time, my friend. It is about Naruto." As everyone then said, "What happened to that child?" Said Joza, as Inoichi began. "That poor child has suffered enough. What have the villagers done now?" It is like it was a common knowledge amongst them, because today was the October 10th, the third anniversary. They feared and have their clansmen who were Anbu look out for the child. And they did, but today, for some reason, they weren't available in the village because they were sent out on a mission 2 days prior to execute a group of bandits just outside the border of the Fire City. Yes, within due time I will tell. Naruto was beaten again by an angry mob to the inch of his life this time. As everyone's eyes widened, then it narrowed as there was a huge amount of killer intent leaked through that room that filled throughout the whole of Konoha village. So that's what happened, Danzo said. How do you know, Danzo? Well, one of my root agents were there. Danzo, I believe I said you should stop this root stuff because it will be a pain in the ass to deal with later. You know that, right? I know, but I can't let him roam alone in the streets because I know he will be getting attacked. Surprised, right? Danzo and the elders are the good guys here. The civilians were the only one who took a lot of power from Sandam when they were busy fighting for the village safety against Kyuubi no Kitsune. Begging and power hungry fuckers. Anyways, on to the story. And Danzo is a good guy too. Okay, I'm gonna stop my rambling and continue the story. So Hiruzen, what are we going to do? I can't let Naruto-chan go and be beaten to inch of his death. He's the legacy of Kushina-chan. I can't live knowing that my segregated granddaughter's legacy be ruined like that. I know, Koharu. I'm doing my best. You see, after Uzu's fall, which Konoha was not involved in and were innocent because the Kumo and Iwa Shinobi blocked any of the Uzu's messenger birds from reaching to Konoha. After its destruction, when Jiraiya arrived, after 1 month of Uzu's destruction to Uzu, to brought a good news to Uzu that they were going to celebrate Mito Uzumaki's 86th birthday there. They saw that Uzu has fallen, and not only that, there was a girl there crying because many of the Uzu members have fled, and the girl was crying under a rubble. That girl was none other than Kushina Uzumaki, the last remaining Uzumaki of the Uzumaki clan. Jiraiya took that girl and brought her back to the Konoha Gakure no Sato, and the said girl was taken under the care of none other than Koharu of the elders. Koharu raised Kushina as her own. From that day, Koharu thought of Naruto as her own grandchild. And on to the future now. So, what are we going to do about this, Hokage-sama? Inoichi asked. What a track. I know what are you going to do. And I hope you're not correct, Hokage-sama. I am indeed correct of what you're thinking, Shukaku. As everyone was confused as this, but then Danzo realized, alongside Koharu and Hamura, as their eyes widened. Hiruzen, you can't be serious. It is the only way, Danzo. It is the only way. Today, I, Sandam Hokage, as per wishes of my deceased successor, Yondam Hokage Minato no Mikaze, immediately activate the protocol 021, the vault. Now, Naruto will be put into the vault and raised there from isolation of the village. After he reaches 18 years of age, he will be given the clan head's rights alongside his property from all Konoha as the royalty and the land of Uzushio that has been under care of Konoha Gakure no Sato's daimyo, the Fire Daimyo. I have already sent a message to the Fire Daimyo informing him that a Uzumaki clan member is alive and will be given his property back at the age of 18. He is currently 3 years of age. Okage-sama, you know that vault is in the Forest of Death, Training Ground 44, and there are a lot of dead animals. Yes, I know, there are a lot of dangers there, but it is the only way, and Minato and Kushina wouldn't let their son be harmed. They'll be damned if that happened. and we have so far failed them in their plan A. As Minato have predicted, it will fail. That is why he then prescribed the plan B, the vault, and that is what we're going to do. The vault you see was a giant tower in which basement were the jutsus from the said clan members of all clans that were in Konoha's group, alongside with Kushina and Minato's original jutsus that they created, like Harashino Jutsu from three-pronged kunais and Chakra adamantium chains, how to use them and how to utilize Uzumaki-style Kakegenkais and Uzumaki-style Kenjutsus and Fuinjutsus to the Seal Master levels and beyond. There were a lot of seals and jutsus there that can make Naruto powerful. Besides, he is the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, and if he somehow makes a friend with him there, I believe that we will also have a perfect Jinchuriki as well. As everyone's eyes widened at this, and then Danzo then said with narrowed eyes, Hiruzen, that is a big gamble you're playing. Making a perfect Jinchuriki is not a safe thing to do. You know that Kumo has active and perfect Jinchuriki. I believe he is Killer B, the brother of the Yondan Raikage A. But the thing is that Hachibi was peaceful Biju for some reason, unlike QB, who is hateful and vengeful. Fox Spirit, we cannot be lenient when dealing with him. What if he tries to corrupt Naruto? That will never happen. And how so? You see, the seal Minato used was special, as I have told you before, but I haven't told you anything about the seal, as everyone nodded. The seal is powered by Shinigami himself. So everyone's eyes widened, so that's why Minato tried sealing that seal by using that seal, Shikaku said. Yes, and I believe that Kyuubi cannot escape that cage, nor can it brought out its hand or anything, meaning Naruto is safe. We then agree, don't we? Danzo said. You can't be serious, Danzo. He will be isolated. He will have no certain knowledge about the world. I am sorry, Koharu, but in the survival in the shinobi world, only a ninja can survive, not a common knowledge about the world. If he can kill, survive, and live a happy life, that's all that matters. Because that was all that we said to be in the plan B of Minato, to keep his son alive at all costs, even if it means we have to turn him into a killing machine. But I do hope that that will not happen. As everyone nodded, and then Hamura asked, how so, Hiruzen? Well, Hamura, we are going to do our best to teach the boy, and as well as be there with him to guide and inform him, and to tell the difference between right and wrong. We will be the one to mold him into a perfect shinobi, and a son that Minato and Kushina will be proud of. As everyone had a smile on their face as they nodded. Alright, it will be done, Hiruzen. So we agree? Say A. Everyone said, as the order has been passed. Next day, Naruto woke up in the hospital bedroom. I can't believe I was beaten again for things I never did. Why are people so mean to me? As Naruto then looked towards the door and saw that there were two figures standing there. Those were none other than Koharu and Hiruzen. Koharu-ba-chan, Okage-jiji, what are you doing here? As both of them chuckled. Well, Naruto-chan, we are here to bring you to a safe house. So, do you want to move out of orphanage to a safe house of your own? A place? You mean like a secret base of my own? Yes, Naruto-chan, do you like that? Hiruzen said in a childlike manner. Yeah, I will love that. Besides, Naruto's smile fell, as both of them stiffened, as their lips thinned in a line. I was kind of kicked out of the orphanage yesterday night. When I got back to the orphanage, they said they don't want me here anymore. I can talk, walk, and take care of myself from now on. So they said, be gone, demon, and left me. I don't know why they call me demon, GD. Did I do something wrong? They said I killed a lot of people, but I am only 3 years old, and as long as I can remember, I didn't do anything. As both of their old people that were there in front of Naruto were doing their best to control their killer intent to not alert Naruto and suppressing their anger. as Hiruzen sighed and said, "No, Naruto, you haven't done anything wrong, my boy. They're just stupid, that's all." "Yes, they're dumb idiots, Naruto-kun. You shouldn't stay with them any longer and move to a safe house of your own, where you can live all by yourself." "Really? Can I do that?" "Yes, we're here actually to bring you to that place." "Awesome! Let's go then," as Naruto got off the bed as he suddenly fell down. "Ita, I guess I'm not recovered that much, hey?" Naruto said as he chuckled, as both of them were suppressing their angers even more. As Koharu's thoughts were, how can they do this to a child, even after we informed them that this child was special and to be treated as a hero for holding Kyuubi at bay? Don't these idiot fools think that if they kill this child, then the Kyuubi will be released and finish what they own them tried to finish? Kill this village from the map of the earth. These idiots are going to be the cause of the downfall of Konoha Gakure no Sato. I am ashamed. I can't believe I'm saying this to be a part of this village. Koharu was brought out of her thoughts by Naruto. "Nay, Koharu-ba-chan, what are you thinking about? Let's go." Sorry about that, Naruto-chan. I was just thinking about stuff." "Okay, let's go then." After half an hour of traveling at ninja speed, Naruto arrived alongside his Hokage deity and Koharu-ba-chan and some Manbus there. As Hiruzen then said, "Well, Naruto-chan, please cut off your finger and spill some of your blood in this area. But Hokage deity, there's nothing there." "My boy, just do it. Don't you believe me?" "Okay then." Naruto just cut his finger a little and sprayed blood into the air at the direction Hiruzen pointed at. To his surprise, an invisible force field appeared and vanished, and in front of him was a giant tower in circular form. As the said tower was kind of in white color with a Uzumaki swirl on one side, and under it were all of the clan symbols from Uchiha, Senju, Nara, Hyuga, Inoichi, Yamanaka clans, and Akamichi's clan, and Inuzuka clan, and so on. And here, Sarutobi Hiruzen's clan was also there as well. "Awesome! Hey Gigi, what is the symbol on the top?" "That, Naruto, is the symbol of the Uzumaki clan." I have a clan?" "Yes, my boy, but you are the last of them." As Naruto's smile fell. "What? What do you mean I'm the last of them?" "You see, Naruto, when you weren't born, when your parents were young, just about your age or older, 2 to 3 years from you, Uzu Shiogakure was attacked. Your clan lived outside of the fire country in the land of water, and they had their own village there, the village hidden in the whirlpools, Uzu Shiogakure, and that was said to be the village of Uzumakis themselves. But they were invaded by 3 villages, Kumo, Iwa, and Kiri, and they fought hard and long, but at the end they died. We couldn't help them, they were our allies, because Kumo and Iwa did their best to block off any kinds of messenger birds to be sent to us. It was after 1 month of their destruction. We sent Jiraiya, my student, there to inform them that there's going to be a birthday party for Mito Uzumaki on her 86th birthday. But Jiraiya, when arrived back to Konoha, he arrived with a girl. Who was your mother? Her name was Kushina Uzumaki. And this is her picture, Naruto. As Naruto's eyes widened as he saw a beautiful woman with red hair and purple eyes. Her face was just like his, as she had a grin, a foxy grin on her face, just like his. As Naruto's eyes watered as tears fell on that photo. I had a mother. Did she love me? Did he? More than you think, Naruto. You were meant to be her world, but unfortunately she died at your birth. I see. So, aren't you going to tell me about my father? As Koharu then said. Hiruzen, I think it's time we tell him the truth. As Hiruzen turned back to her, are you sure about this, Koharu? I am pretty sure Hizen. We cannot lie to him anymore. He has suffered enough. He has the right to know. Naruto, your father was none other than Minato no Mikaze, the Yondem Hokage. As Naruto's eyes widened, his hero, his idol was his father. I see. Did he? Yes, Naruto, alongside his mother. He also loved you very much. And both of them prepared this house with the help of the other claners for you as well here. I see. And when you unlock your chakra next year, we're going to train you in their taijutsu alongside with their ninjutsu style as well. Are you up to that task? Frieza said with a grandfatherly smile, as Naruto, after wiping his tear, has a look of determination in his eyes. You bet on it, Gigi. I will become the best ninja in this world. Heck, the strongest ninja in this world, and take away that head of yours. As the three of them chuckled, and some of the Anbus snickered as well. Those two Anbus who snickered were none other than Uchiha and Kakashi Hatake. So, Gigi, what am I going to learn here? Well, my boy, for now you have to just learn about basic etiquettes and how to live and hunt. And for that training, you will be receiving that training from none other than my friend Danzo, and basic etiquette training from your Koharu, Obachan, and Hamura Gigi as well. I see. As then the three of them appeared. Well, Naruto-chan, I guess your training starts now. As Naruto then moxiled and said, Hi. Time skip, 3 years later. Naruto has been learning etiquette and basic taijutsu style for 3 years after unlocking his chakra. It was time for him to train in ninjutsu training as he was sitting in his garden that was surprisingly in the second floor of the Z Vault or tower. It was alive due to Funjutsus and it was like outside, but Naruto has raised a garden in his second or third level of that tower. The tower consisted of 8 levels. The first level was a library of none other than Minato no Mikaze. The second was full of Uzumaki that belongs to Uchiha as well as Kushina Uzumaki herself. Third one was full of clan members from all around Konoha. Fourth one was the garden, and fifth one was a kitchen and his place to stay. And the last and the sixth one was none other than his training and battlegrounds that he lived on and trained there. As he was sitting there alongside with Danzo, Hiruzen, Kaoru, and Hamura. Alongside him were Kakashi Hatake, who he called Kakashi Ni-chan now, and alongside him was Yugao One-chan and Yamato Taicho. These were the three Naruto was trained with, alongside with the other elders. So, today Naruto boy, we're going to check what chakra affinities do you have, Danzo said. Okay, Danzo Gigi. Here, this is a chakra paper. Just channel your chakra into it. Alright. As Naruto took out the chakra paper and channeled it, and surprisingly, it split into two. One side was wet, and one side was crumbling to dust. Oh my god, you have 3 affinities, Naruto. Water, wind, and earth. So, is that a good thing? My boy, you are really special. You have 3 affinities. Danzo was in his own thought. Then he said, Naruto, why don't you go and study some Funjutsu skills? That'll be it for today. Really? Okay, I'll be going then. Naruto left to the upper level to study Funjutsu. And then Danzo then said, What are you doing, Danzo? Why did you send him away? We were going to train him in his affinities. Didn't you guys notice? Notice what? As then they realized, you can't be serious. You mean it is possible? After all, he has those 2 affinities. Yes, it is quite possible indeed. Earth and water, mixing them, it can be Moketan. As the other 3 gasped, Hokage-sama, are you sure? Kakashi said, It can be possible, Kakashi. If that is possible, Tenzo, I want you to... Hi, you don't have to ask, Hokage-sama. I will be doing my best to make Naruto-kun here be if he ever awakens the Moketan, be able to guide him the best I can. You don't have to worry about that doing alone, because I am going to bring out Tsunade back to this village and inform her of this new development, and if she agrees, then hand Naruto some of the Moketan scrolls so he can train. Danzo then said, it will be quite beneficial for Konoha alongside for Naruto here. So I guess I have some things to do, as Naruto then summoned Enma. As Enma arrived in a puff of smoke, so Hiruzen, what is it you want me to do? Well, my friend, I want you to deliver a message to the slugs and tell them to give this to Tsunade. Okay, where's the message? Here, Hiruzen said. After taking this message, he vanished in a puff of smoke and arrived to his summoning grounds. As he arrived there, he went towards the slugs and gave them the message. Katsuyu-sama, this message arrives from my summoner, Hiruzen Sarutobi. He wants to inform your summoner, Tsunade Senju, and give her this message. It will be done, Enma-sama. Thank you, Katsuyu-sama. And with that, Katsuyu vanished in a puff of smoke and arrived in front of Tsunade Senju, who was in a hotel room alongside her assistant, Shizune Kato, who was there. Shizune-sama, Katsuyu-sama, what are you doing here? Well, this message arrived from Enma-sama, and Hiruzen-san sent this message. He wants to deliver this message to you. Why does Sensei want me back in the village? He's going to be yambling about that. I already know. As Tsunade took the message and thanked Katsuyu as she vanished in a puff of smoke. As Tsunade unveiled the message and began reading. First her expression was like, yeah, right. And then her eyes widened. As she then said, Shizune, we're leaving to Konoha now. Hi, Tsunade-sama. Shizune was confused. Why did her Shishiro wanted to leave all of a sudden? Back to the cursed village she always used to call their home. Anyways, when they arrived there, they were met by none other than Hiruzen, Danzo, Koharu, and Hamura at the entrance. I see that you already knew we were coming. Hi, indeed I knew. Tsunade, can we go to your office to discuss this matter? Tsunade said, getting to the point. I see. As eager as always, Tsunade. Let's go. As they sunshined away to the office, after arriving there, Tsunade began. Are you sure about this? Yes, Tsunade, I am pretty sure. We have checked the affinities in front of our eyes as well. So you want me to perform a test to see if he has a Kekkei similar to my grandfather or not? It might be possible, Tsunade. We have to check to make it sure. Okay, I'll perform the test. Tsunade, there is a thing I want you to do as well, said Danzo, cutting and stopping her in her footsteps. What is it you want me to do, Danzo? I want you to perform a parental test actually, between Naruto, Minato, and you yourself. As Tsunade's eyebrow rose. What do you mean, Danzo, by that? Her voice was low. It's just a hunch, please. Can you perform this? Fine, I will do this test, just to satisfy your brain. If that is all, I will be leaving, Tsunade said in an angry voice. She still hasn't gotten over yet, hasn't she? I guess so, said Hiruzen in response to Koharu's question. You see, Jiraiya and Tsunade at one point had gotten together and were expecting a child. When the child was born, it was pronounced as dead. Tsunade didn't even get to see her child, nor did Jiraiya. Then their relationship fell apart, and soon after that, she got together with Dawn, and then Dawn died alongside with her brother Nawaki, and she left the village. Jiraiya was busy and drowned himself into the spy network and built to be a top-notch spy network for Konoha that he was currently running. Back with the current future, as Tsunade was doing the blood test. After the reports came in, her eyes widened as the paper fell, as tears began to swell from her eyes. It can't be. After all these years, he was alive. I am going to have to pummel some heads to get some answers. As she arrived with the test papers back in front of her sensei and the elders. "You have some answers to give me, sensei." "I see my suspicions was true then," Danzo said, cutting her in. "How did you know this, Danzo?" "Actually, I didn't. All I knew was that both of them had blonde hair similar to yours, and that's all there is. As for their blue eyes, I think that was natural. Those were naturally their own." "I see where you're getting at, Danzo. So, is the test as I was expecting?" Danzo said. "Yes, it is. Minato was my son, and Jiraiya's, and Naruto is our grandson, meaning he is a senju as well. That is why he has this bloodline." As their eyes were in, so he did indeed have the bloodline of Sensei. "Yes, he has the Moketan." Now we're going to have a time skip. Naruto was now 9 years old. He was in a training ground beneath. During the past years, he has met and got together and spent time with his grandmother, who he never knew was alive, as she informed him about the past, what happened, and how she didn't knew he was alive, and she just found out. Naruto was happy to help with the past. He was happy that he had a living and alive family member who wants to be with him. And Naruto has already met with Kyuubi as well, and somehow they got in a good relationship as well. Flashback, how did that happen? You see, Naruto was training when he was 6 or 7 years old. After he got tired, he went to the 5th portion to sleep. When he fell asleep, he woke up in a sewer-like state when he arrived in front of a cage. What is a giant cage doing here? And what is that? As he squinted his eyes. Seal. What could that be that is sealed inside here? 2 blood-red eyes opened. That will be me, Ningen. What are you doing here? And you're still too early to be here. So you're the Kyuubi no Kitsune. As Kyuubi's eyes were, and then it said, I see you already know me, but how? Well, I kind of read a book about Sage of 6 Spots that was present in Uzushio's library. I don't know how I found it, but I just found it. It was said to be written by himself. His name was Hagoromo Suzuki, and what he read and said in that book was that your name must be Kurama. Don't say that name, Ningen. You have no right to call me by my name. Aren't you a spoil sport? So, you weren't like this as the book said. What made you change? Take a guess. You humans, who else? Our father believed that you humans shall be guided by us and will be equal to us and treat us friendlier, like a friendly being, but instead you feared us and treated us as weapons for generations to generations. And now I am here. Do you want to be free then? Yes. What will you do once you gain your freedom? Naruto asked. What else? Going to finish destroying this village. See? That is your hatred. This isn't what your father wanted. You have to let go of that. Coming from a 6 or 7-year-old child, that is quite enough. You know, you're quite smart for your age, kid. I gotta give you that. Kid, right? Whatever, kid. So, tell me, how you suppose I let go of my hatred? They think of you as a demon, a monstrous being who doesn't have a brain. As Kyuubi's eyes narrowed, yes. So, what do you propose? Show them that you're the opposite. Don't you think I have tried? Well, people do tend to fear what they cannot understand. Just like my father said. So, how do you propose that I take you back and free you to the Uzumaki village, the Uzushio that was destroyed? In that land you can live. And I believe my grandmother told me that I have the Moketan, and I can generate a forest around you, and hopefully by the time I will be Seal Master when I am able to unlock that cage for you and free you without killing me, that is, and you can live there. That will be quite good for me, Ningen. But how do I know I can trust you? Well, I don't have to gain anything, and yeah, I have suffered just because people have thought of me as you, and I just want to free you. Isn't that enough? Hmm, that is enough, but what will you get in return? Nothing. You are a being and child of Sage of Six Path Hagoromo Akatsuki himself. You and your siblings are to be free, not captivated like this, like mindless animals. Hmm. Kyubi grinned. You know, kid, you are quite different. I might enjoy working with you until you come to free me. Don't worry. As Naruto then bit his thumb as the blood flew out, I, Naruto Uzumaki, swear as a blood oath that I will free you. And until then, I will work hard and train hard so that I can find a way to free you. That is. Kyubi grinned. Then I, Kurama, Kyubi no Kitsune, as well promise to not destroy or harm any of the village that will come after me. And once that happens, once you free me, I will never again set foot outside of Uchiha. It will be my domain, and any human who step inside of it will be you or your legacy. And as to honor our oath, I will give you the summoning scrolls of the Kyubis no Kitsune's personals. As your personal summon, you can summon me in your battle as well. I am the boss summon of the Kitsune clan. I see, but that wasn't mentioned in the book that was written by the sage. Well, after he passed away, we were left to roam around the world, and I started to form my own clan, the Kitsune clan, alongside with other Bijus. Some of them didn't have any clan, they're just alone. But I am different. I formed a clan because I was the most powerful one. I see. You can call me Kurama, kid. I see. Thank you, Kurama. And with that, their relationship started to grow as they grew closer and became partners. Kyubi was freed from his cage, and once his father appeared alongside his mother in his mindscape, Naruto informed them that he wanted to free Kyubi and it was being controlled. Minato now knew and bowed to Kyubi as he was ashamed of his actions when Naruto told him about the book that was written by none other than Sage of Six Path, and showed them through his memories what he had read. Kyubi accepted their apology alongside with Kushina, but Kyubi did something that even Naruto didn't quite understand. What do you mean you don't want to be free anymore? Listen, kid. I said that I wanted to be free, but I grew quite close to you, to be honest, and see you as one of my own kids. So yeah. It's like this, okay? I'm taking you under my wing. Kyubi said. If there wasn't an orange fur on his face, you can see he was blushing. He thought of Naruto as his own kid now. Even the big bad Kyubi no Kitsune had a soft spot for Naruto, as Naruto then chuckled. Hi. So, you're going to remain here. Then I have to do something about it. Naruto then focused hard, and suddenly his mindscape changed to a green grassy field where breeze that blew was cold enough and refreshing enough for Kyubi. As Kyubi then took a breath, fresh air. Yup, and you can see and hear through my vision and hearing and ears. That is good enough. As Minato and Kushina were surprised. You know, Naruto, we are proud of you, of what we have become. I just can't imagine the stupidity of the villagers. I shouldn't have done this in the first place. Well, father, I am happy that you did, actually. What do you mean, Naruto? Well, if you hadn't, then I wouldn't have met Kurama here, and he wouldn't be able to get over his hatred and be my friend. Right, Kurama? Yeah, whatever, kid. As all of them chuckled. Naruto, at the time, at the age of 10, was already a high Chunin level ninja. He was already working on Harishin Kunai technique, as well as his Animantium Chakra chains were already finished. The Uchiha massacre had never occurred. Sasuke was a bright child as well. The civilians were as crappy as all. At Naruto's 10th birthday, when Hiruzen enrolled Naruto into the academy in the third year, there were a lot of protests from civilian council members. We go to the council chambers where the protests were happening. Okage-sama, are you out of your mind? How can you let that thing roam around freely again? And and why are you putting it into the academy? Do you want the QB to gain its power again? Council member, who are you to order me around? You are a civilian, and I am a Hokage, a dictator. This is not a democracy here. It's dictatorship. I I I know that, Hokage-sama. Then what are you trying to say to me by saying that am I out of my mind? Mind your language, counselor, or you will be put into the prison as a charge of treason. I apologize, Hokage-sama. You cannot do this to us, said a fat civilian. Without us, you ninjas won't survive. I see then. You all can leave this fire country and Konohagakure and Sato within 24 hours. Pack your things and leave. You are hereby declared out of this council and an enemy to Konohagakure and Sato. If you ever set foot in this village or fire country, you will be immediately executed. But you cannot do this to us. Oh, I am, and I can. I told you I am a dictator. This is not democracy. You civilians have caused more trouble than benefit, so you are to be dissolved into nothing else. The council will consist of shinobis, and only shinobis now. But civilians are also important. Not anymore. You see, Uchiha clan's members here have civilians who are Uchihas, and they don't do shit as you guys do. Same can be said for other clans. So yeah, we are pretty much okay without you. Just go and fuck yourself and leave this village, said Tsunmi, standing up. Yep, and don't you ever set foot here or my dogs here will maim you and sharpen their teeth on your flesh and blood. As all of the civilian left. And the next day, now Hiruzen then framed them and they were leaving. Where do you think you're going? We have just been informed that you have been charged with embezzlement and a lot of fraudery in the treasury of Konoha. For that you will be executed and your property will be taken from you and your family will be given compensation and a plot in the fire capital country. Now your family can leave, but you will be executed. After many protests, they were executed and their family left outside of Konoha, and there was no civilian council member left, meaning civilians have no power now. As Naruto was then announced as the heir to the Namikaze Senju, as well as Uzumaki clan. When Uchiha's head asked why Naruto was announced Senju, then he was informed that Naruto had Moketan, and after Tsunade performed the test, it came clear that Naruto was indeed her grandson. As at this revelation, everyone's eyes were widened, and Fugaku was more livid than this. Now his daughter Satsuki, he wanted her to marry Naruto because she was twin of Sasuke and older than him by 10 minutes. And same could be said by Itachi. He also thought Naruto was perfect for his sister and as a little brother-in-law to him, because he also thought of Naruto as a brother, just as Mikoto and Fugaku thought him as their son. And once they brought this up to the Hokage, they were surprised to see that there were already 3 clans there, which were none other than Tsuzume Inuzuka, who wanted Hana to be married to Naruto, as well as Yashi Yuga and Hitomi Yuga, who wanted Hinata to marry to Naruto. And once the news traveled outside of the walls of Konohagakure and Osato towards Iwa, Kumo, and Kiri, they were now livid and were terrified at the revelations that Naruto was the heir to the 3 clans, meaning 2 of their enemy clans, Uzumaki and Namikaze's. And the cherry on top was that he was also a Senju and had the bloodline of God of Shinobi world, Hashirama Senju himself. At an unknown location in Amegakure, we see 8 figures standing there. Is the information correct, Zetsu? Yes, it is. Instead of Itachi, there will be Obito there. Yup, as working as Madara or Tobi. It is correct. The boy has awakened Moketan, and not only that, he is a perfect Jinchuriki from what I have seen. And not only that, he somehow has gained Harishin no Jutsu alongside his father's Rasengan and his mother's adamantium chakra chains. As Kisame grinned, the kid is already powerful. I want to fight him when he gains more power and see where he stands. The kid is already quite powerful. We should execute him and extract out the QB when we can. And Eva might offer a lot of bounty for his head. And for his sperms, maybe even Kuma will give a lot of money, said none other than Kakazu. I will love to offer him to Jashin-sama, but he's a target, isn't he? Yes, said a man with purple eyes with ripples in them. We will begin our operation in the coming years later on, but for now we have to gather as much as we can. Hi, Leader-sama. And now we do another time skip. It was the final year of Academy. During the past 2 years of the Academy, Naruto has gained a lot of friends. And yeah, 3 or 4 of the fiancés of his. From Inuzuka clan, Hana. And from Hyuga clan, Hinata. And from Uchiha clan, none other than Satsuki, Sasuke's older sister by 3 minutes. And yeah, the said 3 girls were very much in love with him from the beginning, because Naruto has helped Satsuki and Hinata when he was a kid in age of 3 to 4 days before his attack that happened, that he was put into the vault. The exact same thing that happened to Hinata when she was a child in the last Naruto movie, and the same could be said for Satsuki, as she was being bullied for being an Uchiha, for having freaky eyes in the playground by some kids. Naruto arrived there and saved her. Sasuke also became good friends with Naruto, and a rival as well. Kiba was the same, and his only best friend was Shikamaru and Choji, who spent a lot of time with him. And the shinobis respected Naruto for being clan heir and for being the only one to achieve what many couldn't, Moketan. You see, after Hashirama Senju died, many of the Senju clan members tried to gain Moketan, but all failed, because Moketan was a Kekigenkai who only appeared in Hashirama Senju. But for Naruto, after doing some test on him by Tsunade, it was confirmed that he can pass on this Kekigenkai, making him more valuable than ever before. Naruto was already a Jonin level and has some experience, as he was sent on Nanbu missions outside of the village under the guidance of Kakashi Hatake. His Anbu code was Wolf, as he was taken to the outside mission to execute some bandits and kill off missing nins. He also was the one who retrieved the Thunder God sword from the missing nin from Konoha and returned it back to where it belonged, to his compound, the vault. He made the vault his compound and killed off all of the deadly animals in the Forest of Death, making the whole forest his compound, covered with trees and seals all over the place, meaning no intruder outside of Konoha or civilian can venture there. Only some people can enter there, mainly his fiancés, his friends, and some of their clan members, like clan heads and their wives, and Hokage and the elders, and Anbus. None else. Dragon has also taken to liking to Naruto. He was training him to become his successor, for God's sake, at the age of 13. If nobody knew, he was a Tokubetsu Anbu as well, meaning he had to take missions from Hokage alongside with Danzo and the elders to go outside to do an assassination missions. Naruto's first skill was quite heavy, and Yugao confronted Naruto and comforted him alongside Kakashi and the elders as well. Tsunade even hugged Naruto that night and stayed with him, comforting him. After he was over that, he was able to live with being able to kill. He was informed that he had to kill these people so that those they were hurting and were hurt by these people could be free. He only killed bad people. First he judged, then he examined the people, and then he put down his justice. If the said person was bad, he will kill them without hesitation. But if he saw that the person could be changed, he will capture them and imprison them and try to change them at best of his possibilities. As he was also put into the bingo book as a double S rank ninja from Konoha, Wolf. Proceed with caution. Bounty from Kiri, Kumo, and Iba. $10 million Ryus. Oh, Naruto was already an S-rank threat to them, as all of the kids were quite happy at this. But once they read about the wolf being age 13, their age, and already an S-rank ninja, they were quite happy, and to know that he was a ninja, a great one at that, from none other than their own village, Konoha no Sato. Not they knew that it was Naruto. As they were sitting in the backyard of the academy. Oh man, I wanna grow up and be like Wolf. I mean, look at him, he's already at our age and already an Anbu, for God's sake, and an S-rank ninja. Do you know how cool that is? And Naruto was just sighing at Kiba's antics and laughing. And then he sighed sadly because on his left side of the arm was Hinata, who was hugging him, and on his right side was Ino. Yes, Yamanaka clan also joined in, and on the upper tree as an Anbu was none other than Hana, who was looking out for her mate. And life was going on well for Naruto. Satsuki was sitting on Naruto's lap, much to the discomfort of the three that were looking after Naruto. Sasuke-chan, why are you sitting on Naruto-kun's lap? You can sit right beside me, said none other than Ino. I will sit where I want to, right, Naruto-kun? Hi, Sasuke-chan, Naruto said, as back in the Hokage Tower, the elders were laughing at this. You know, you really are evil men, Hiruzen. Whatever you say, Koharu-chan. As you can see, I didn't do anything. It was the clan heirs who wanted their daughters to be wed with their friend's son. Yes, but you could have informed them at the age of 15 or 16 when they were at least tuning, but you have to inform them right now, didn't you? Yes, it was fun to watch Naruto suffer like this. A little bit. As they all chuckled. Yes, I'm not complaining. It is quite fun. And it is very much interesting indeed. From Jiraiya's book at least, said Danzo, as Hiruzen also chuckled at this. At an unknown location, a white-haired man who had a forehead protector on with the kanji for oil sneezed, as there was yelling of women heard. Get him! He's a pervert! Oh shit! Curse you, whoever was thinking of me at that time. As Jiraiya ran for his life at that moment because he was peeping at none other than women bathhouse. And yeah, Naruto graduated with his friends and was put into a team with Satsuki and Sasuke under guidance of Kakashi Hatake. They went to the wave, and the wave went as in canon. And only difference was that Haku was a girl who also jumped on board on SS Naruto, and the ship was sent to sail. And sadly, Zabuza didn't survive, but at the end of his dying breaths, he said, Naruto, I want you to have my sword and continue on the art of the silent killing. Here are my jutsus. I know you have water as your affinity. You can use these jutsu best. As he gave his sword to Naruto alongside with his teachings and Haku as well. After Naruto returned, the girls brought glaring daggers at Haku because she was sticking close to Naruto. Once asked who she was, Naruto then told them that she was also his fiancée. Naruto was now thinking to Kami, not that I am complaining, Kami, I am quite happy that my family is growing, but don't you think it's quite enough already? Not that I am complaining, but it's going to be quite... What word should I use? Yeah, troublesome, just like Shikamaru says, in the future. As Shikamaru and the other Nara man in Nara compound sneezed at this. What a drag. Troublesome. Back with Naruto. Hey Naruto-kun, what are you thinking? Nothing, Ino-chan. Let's go then. And enjoy ourselves. And then they went to a Akamichi barbecue and enjoyed themselves. And 1 month passed, and so came the Chunin exams. They went as in canon. There was invasion, and Orochimaru did attack them. But Orochimaru was captured due to Naruto's Moketan and was rendered disabled because he couldn't move in the wood prison, because the wood prison was enforced by his Uzumaki adamantium chain's chakra nature. because the wood absorbed his chakra to the ground, draining his chakra rapidly. Orochimaru couldn't move a muscle. After some time, Anko and Hokage arrived when he spiked his chakra. Once they arrived, they saw that their old comrade, teacher, and student was standing, captured in a wooden cage. Naruto-kun. What is Orochimaru doing here? Well, he tried to give Sasuke over there a bite mark or something. It's called a Hiki, kid, and you don't want to get him, at least from him. Huh? What do you mean? As Anko showed him her shoulder. I see, a seal then. Maybe I can do something about it. And in front of Orochimaru and everyone, Naruto went to Anko and did some hand seal, then slapped his hand on the seal and said Kai, and the seal broke, freeing Anko from Orochimaru forever. As Anko's eyes widened, oh my god, you just did what many seal masters couldn't do in a few seconds? Well, I am studying from Uzumaki clan library after all, who were hailed as the sealing masters from all elemental nations. Naruto said, scratching his cheek. Besides, you're free now. As Anko hugged Naruto and gave him a kiss on the forehead, much to the distress of none other than Satsuki. Hey, leave my man alone. First arrive, first serve, Kaki. Now I'm jumping on board too, Anko said, much to the dismay of Hana and other girls. As Naruto then said, wow, Kami, either you really love me or either you really hate me. But either way, I'm not complaining. He looks like a fun person too. And my family is growing steadily, Naruto thought. As Hiruzen was thinking along the thoughts with Sasuke. Damn, playboy. As for Orochimaru, his eyes were widened. How can this brat break my mark like that? It is quite troubling indeed. I need to kill him, but how? This accursed wood jutsu has stopped me and drained my chakra. I cannot move. Damn it. But the bright thing is that I didn't give the curse seal to Sasuke. I can give this to him. He's a senju, a perfect body for me. If he has the Moketan, he might be a senju, and if he can be trained properly, he will be strong as Hashirama, hell, even stronger than him. It will be interesting, Naruto-kun. I will be watching you from now on. And where do you think you're going, Orochimaru? As Naruto slammed his hand together as the wooden bars became a whole box. Naruto was doing something that was quite impressive. He just sealed off any possible way for Orochimaru to escape. The wood was thick, his chakra was strained, and he couldn't do anything. Hell, like even walk out of the box was impossible because it was now a plain box as a square. So what are we going to do with him? Well, obviously we're going to bring him to justice, Naruto-kun. Yeah, just when you're going to free him from that box, slap this seal on his forehead, Gigi. He cannot take this off because all of his chakra and arms will be rendered useless, alongside his long tongue or neck. Ugh, creepy if you ask me. As everyone chuckled. Fine. Don't you have a test, Naruto-kun? Oh yeah, heck, let's go, Sasuke. As they arrived back to the tower alongside the scroll they got from Orochimaru. They didn't even have to deal with the sound 4 because they weren't there and they were watching the whole encounter with Naruto and his team when Orochimaru was there. They were now afraid of Naruto because he just defeated their leader within 2 to 3 minutes. And they didn't want to bother him because he knew if he can beat their leader, heck, he can erase them from the face of the earth. Once arrived at the preliminaries, Hiruzen and his Anbu has already taken care of Orochimaru and slapped the seal on him, rendering him useless as he was now sitting in the cage that was at the depths of Anbu prison. The cage was sealed with Uzumaki seals to render any kind of chakra useless and can be only opened by the blood of Hokage himself or any elders or Naruto himself. Not even the Anbus can open it. As Kabuto tried his best to unlock the seals to get him out, he was too captured and put to the same cell alongside him. I'm sorry, Orochimaru-sama, I tried. Yeah, right. Just sit down and let me think what we can do. These seals are quite impressive. They can render any kind of chakra useless. Only if I had ever learned Furinjutsu myself. I got bored of it after level 5. It seems I have a lot of catching up to do once I get out of here. But how? As for invasion, when it did begin, there was no leader, and the Sand lost after they saw Naruto wielding the Mokuton and rendering their whole squadron useless with just one jutsu. He called out the Wood Dragons and the Wood Twin Dragons and slammed them in front of their whole armada, rendering them useless. As for Ichibi, Naruto talked to Ichibi, informing him that he has read the book of none other than Sage of Six Paths, and gave control to Kurama, who then talked to his brother Shikaku and informed him of Naruto's plan. He then too agreed and stopped this invasion, because he too wanted to be free from this accursed vessel. And after Ichibi was agreed to, he left and promised that he won't bother Gaara anymore. And the same thing happened as canon. Temari and Kankuro arrived there and took Gaara as Naruto let them go. Hiruzen was not dead this time, and Tsunade was still given the mentality of the 5th Hokage. Naruto at the time left to the Cubious realm to train under the Senjutsu Chakra and became the first and the 4th sage of the Foxes and 4th sage for Konoha. After 3 years of training there and becoming a perfect sage alongside a perfect Jinchuriki, he returned. And once his return was confirmed, he was lumped after setting a foot into the village by his girls, which were none other than Haku, Ino, Satsuki, Hana, Anko, and am I forgetting anyone? Hinata. Yup. 6 girls squashing him. Girls, I can't breathe. Not our problem. Why did you left for so long? Without saying goodbye, Ino said, Yes, Naruto-kun. Everyone said, Well, I had to train to protect you, Himeis, in the future. Naruto said, Luckily Kitsune had a seduction training course. Thank God I took it. Thank you, Kami, for giving me my answer to this accursed problem. As they went to the newly improved vault, or you can say Senju Uzumaki Namikaze compound now, which was previously known as the Training Ground 44. Tsunade had built a compound for herself to live, as Naruto and his family lived in the none other than newly improved and widened vault or tower. And Jiraiya also arrived after 3 years to talk to Naruto. Naruto then said that he didn't need the Toad summoning contract. He was already contracted with the Foxes and had become a perfect sage. As Jiraiya asked how, he then informed him of the methods, same as in canon, used by the Toads to train Naruto, and Jiraiya became a perfect sage of the Toads with the help of none other than Foxes. Then Foxes and the Toads had alliance, meaning both of them can share contractors, meaning Naruto was given the Toad contract and the Toad Senjutsu training as well, and Jiraiya was given the Fox contract and Fox Senjutsu training as well. The same could be said with the Slugs, because they too then formed an alliance with the 2 summoning clans, and in came the Monkey clan as well. All of Konoha clans, the biggest 4 of the summoning clans, joined hands together. They were now undefeatable, because all of them shared their summoners and their sages. Even Manda at one point abandoned Orochimaru and formed an clan pact with the all clans and became the summoner and personal summon to Naruto and all others. He didn't demand any of the sacrifices. He instead took those who were criminals and ate them as a sacrifice. Naruto was growing in power, and then Jiraiya suddenly informed him that he had to leave to Ame to take or snoop out who is the leader of Akatsuki, because Akatsuki was now beginning their move. The 2 who were sent to capture Ichibi, Deidara and Sasori, were stopped once they entered Suna, because Jiraiya channeled a chakra to his seal that was given to him by Naruto. Naruto arrived there in a black flash. Yes, Naruto has a black flash to him instead of a yellow flash. Once he arrived there, he battled alongside with Gaara and stopped and killed two of them. And once this news reached to Akatsuki leader, they were pissed and started to train themselves as well. Once Naruto returned, he stopped from Jiraiya to going there alone and told him that he will be going with him. Jiraiya tried to protest but to no avail. At the end, Naruto was freed to go with him. At that time, Naruto already had slept with few girls, mainly because Hana was in heat due to her season, and yup, Naruto had to take care of that. Sasuke joined in, then came Hinata, and followed by Ino, and yeah, Anko also followed. And at the end, Shaihaku also joined them in. They were all pregnant with Naruto's child. And Naruto was happy that he was going to be father soon, so he had to take care of Akatsuki, because he will be damned if he let their children grow as a fatherless orphan child. Even if they are the strongest of the three clans, he wouldn't let his children go through the same problems that he had. Once he arrived there to Amegakure, the same attack that Konan and Pain did occurred, but this time Naruto was dealing with the Pains and Jiraiya was fighting Konan head to head. You know, Jiraiya sensei, we didn't know you were stupid enough to bring our target to us. That's what you think, Konan-chan. But Naruto here is stronger. Hell, even stronger than me. Even stronger than you. As her eyes widened, as Jiraiya's eyes morphed into the frogs, one that Naruto had, as he then summoned Ma and Pa to his shoulders, and the three of them started to attack none other than Konan at Senjutsu Chakra at max power. As for Naruto, he has become and turned into Fox Sage mode alongside with his Krama KCM Sage mode and was fighting Pain head to head. He even destroyed all of his spots and managed to kill the Tendo Pain, much to the dismay of none other than Konan. Jiraiya at the meantime has taken care of Konan as well, rendering her unconscious. Now tell me, where is Nagato? After sensing Nagato's chakra when Konan refused to talk, Naruto led the way to the fake tree that was created by Konan's papers, and when they came there, they saw Nagato in a giant metal machine. Nagato then saw his sensei with a shocked expression on his face, and maybe his clan member, Nagato Uzumaki. Am I correct? Naruto said. Yes. And you are Naruto Uzumaki. Hello, Jiraiya-sensei. It's been quite a while since we saw each other. Nagato. Oh my god. What happened to you? A lot, actually. You see, your village was the one who attacked us by joining hands with none other than Danzo the Salamander. They were the ones who given us the option to kill Yahiko either, or let Konan be raped. And I did what I had to do. No, Yahiko did what he had to do. When I picked up the kunai to kill myself, he jumped in front of me and took the final blow. It's okay, Yahiko saved you too. He died as a hero, protecting his precious people. But, Nagato, why are you doing this? Sensei, it is all for peace that you talked about. The peace, your philosophy was wrong. It can be never achieved in your way. It can be only achieved after the destruction of this world, and from ashes a new world will be risen, where everything will be free from hatred. Yahiko wouldn't want this, Nagato, said Jiraiya. It's a false truth, what you are following. And how so? Tell me, what is your plan, Nagato? Naruto asked then, cutting them in. After Nagato explained the whole plan, the Moon Eye plan, Naruto let Krama take over. As all of them were stiffened, Ningen, I want to inform you the plan you are following is incorrect. It will not bring peace. It will only free our grandmother. At this, everyone's eyes widened. What do you mean, QB? Said Jiraiya. Well, you see, Jiraiya, what the Ningen over here is saying is that after gathering all of the 9 Bijus from in perspective order from 1 to 9, he will seal them then into the Ghetto statue, who was none other than the 10 tails before that consisted us that we are a part of. And after the 10 tails is freed, he will pour a fruit, a chakra fruit, who a man with Rinnegan will then eat. But that's very wrong. After you eat that fruit, Zetsu will kill you or sacrifice you to the Moon Knight plan and in return free his mother, our mother, grandmother, Kaguya Otsutsuki, mother of the Sage of the Six Spots, Hagoromo Otsutsuki, and his brother Hamura Otsutsuki. She will then put everyone into Infinite Tsukiyomi and drain their chakra and the chakra of the earth and eat the fruit that will be born from them, the true chakra fruit. And when she consumed it, she will move on to another world. She has done this to the 18 worlds. My father, Hagoromo, has told me of this. After listening to Kyuubi's verse, everyone's eyes were widened. Oh my god, we have to stop this, Jiraiya said. Conan was still in shock. So was Nagato. What are we going to do? It seems Madara and Zetsu has betrayed us. I think Madara is also being corrupted by Zetsu. You see, Zetsu is known as a manipulator ningen, a master manipulator. He is the will of Kaguya, her darkness, that was made from her darkness once her son was beginning her sealings. Once being sealed, her darkness was left in the earth to manipulate humans. From generations to generations, she did her best to manipulate them. But now, it seems that she was finally able to succeed in freeing herself. I guess you are true then. What do you propose we do then? What do you propose then? We have to kill off Zetsu, Ningen, and for that, Naruto over here will help you. After Zetsu is dead, Naruto will go to the moon and reinforce the seal so that Kaguya cannot let her darkness even escape from that prison. I will help you then. I cannot let Yahiko's memory be written in the dark pages of the history, not like this. As Conan began to weep, and so did Nagato. As Nagato finally freed himself from the machine, as Naruto then used healing jutsu on him to replenish his decaying body and remove his disease from him. After recovering, they were brought back to Konoha. Almost all of the Akatsuki was devastated because their leaders just left. Then their true leader was revealed, Madara, or Obito, alongside with Zetsu, who was the manipulator, and the remaining members, Kakazu, Hidan, Kisame, and Madara himself alongside Zetsu. These 5 people were only left in Akatsuki. All of the Akatsuki bases were destroyed. We have to begin our plan. We are going to attack Konoha. Are you sure about this, Madara-sama? I am. We have to take care of the Kyuubi brat first. After that, we can begin our plans. Hi. And so the next day they attacked. But to their surprise, there was already reinforced force field around them, invisibly, once they touched the field. The members, besides Madara and Zetsu, were turned into ash. None of their bones even remained. And behind them, Naruto, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Hiruzen himself arrived. All of them in their sage modes. Well, guys. I guess Madara has finally stepped out of his hiding. As Kakashi was also there, alongside with Yugao Uzuki, Guy, and the Jonin 12. What are you doing here? It seems we were brought here into the trap of this brat. I guess you're not the Madara if you can fall this easily into our trap. Ain't that right, Obito? Said Naruto, much to the surprise of everyone, as Obito then removed his mask. How did you know it was me? Well, I was reading the records, and your body was never found. Even when my father arrived at the boulder to retrieve your body, you were not there. So he said you were MIA, and my suspicion became true when a Sharingan wielder attacked at the Kyuubi at my birth and freed the Kyuubi and manipulated it to rampage in our village. You were the only Uchiha at the time that was missing from Konoha. Madara was long dead, killed by Hashirama Senju, if not then by old age. No one can survive old age. I'm not that stupid. Very troubling indeed you are, Naruto Uzumaki. I guess you figured it out then. I was the one who was behind the attack. Obito. Why? Kakashi asked. He was our sensei. Both of them thought of you as their child. Stop it, Kakashi. They never thought of me as anything. You let Rin die. He didn't do anything to help. Heck, you didn't do anything to help. You were the one who killed her. It's because of you that she isn't here. Who isn't here? Said another voice. And in front of them came Rin. Rin, you should be... But how? You see, we have to go to the flashback. When Kakashi was done with the story through Rin, he, alongside with Rin, passed out. And Obito in his rampage killed off the Kiri ninja and left. Once he couldn't touch Rin's body, or supposed body. Once he was gone, Tsunade and Minato arrived there. Tsunade-sama! Oh my god! Rin! As they rushed towards both of the said Genins. Once they arrived there, her breathing is normal, but it is dropping at rapid fast speed. We'll have to bring them back to the boot camp immediately. Minato Harishin bringing them back. Tsunade, after performing 18 hours of surgery, was able to brought her heartbeat to normal, but she was left in coma. Rin, you're awake, as Obito's eyes were wide. But how? After Rin informed him of the story, he was quite shocked. Obito, you have lost your way. This isn't you. I'm not Obito anymore, Rin. I have to do this for the peace of this world. Zetsu, didn't you tell him that you were going to free Kaguya and betray him at the end? As Zetsu's eyes were widened. How did you know, Brad? So you were going to indeed. No, I wasn't. As then, two Ichidori's were formed, one in the hand of Obito and the other in the hand of Kakashi, and the Odama Rasengan in Jiraiya's hand and the other one in Naruto's hand, as all four jutsu clashed together and came in front of Zetsu, blowing him into bits. Not even his bits remained, turned into ashes and smoke. The fourth wars were prevented, and Naruto was the unnamed or rewarded hero of the elemental nations, but he was the hero of Konoha no Sato, who defeated and killed off the Akatsuki, much to the fear and dismay of the other three villages, who then formed an alliance and began the fourth war. But Naruto single-handedly defeated them, but didn't kill off any of their shinobi and villagers, simply stating that he was not like them, who was going to kill and bring more war to this future. He wants peace, and the only peace he can achieve, or way of thinking can achieve, is that by not killing you and giving you another chance. And at the end of his speech he said, by motivating another, don't make me regret this. Please. Let go of your hatred. You were the ones who first attacked my home village, the Uzumakis. Did they do anything to you? No. You were afraid of your own. You didn't try to become stronger, just as they were trying and thriving. You were afraid of their success and eliminated them. A lot of children lost their parents. A lot of parents lost their children that day, just as you have in the war that you started. Mind you, it was because of your leaders' corruption and fear and other stuff that they started this waged their war, and they were the dictators sitting behind the safe lines, and you were the ones that were sacrificing everything. It is because of them that you have lost, not because of my father, who was also a shinobi of his village, defending his own homeland from invasion that you were causing. Think about it, what you have done. It was because of your leader's action that this happened. And what happened next is history. The leaders, mainly Oniki and they, were stripped of their rights, and the new leaders were chosen, which was none other than Akatsuki, his son, who wanted peace for once after hearing Naruto's words, and apologized to his whole village for his father's action. And then Naruto then said, No son should be charged of his father's action, as can be same said for his father. No father could be charged of his son's action. You should remember this, as a wise man once said. As he nodded, as everyone cheered, and the elemental nations, in a new twist of ways, achieved the peace that the sage always wanted. After 10 years, the epilogue, Naruto had his children roaming around the village. Rota is going to start his academy today, isn't it? Yup. So, Rokudame-sama, what do you think is going to happen? Oh, come on, Kakashi-sensei, stop doing that. Never gets old, isn't it, Naruto? Being the Rokudame Hokage, son of the Yondam Hokage and grandson, great-great-grandson of the first Hokage. Damn, your whole lineage is of Hokages. I'll be not surprised if your son or daughter became Hokage. As his daughter, Sarada, then said, I will be the Hokage after father. Sarada was born between him and Satsuki. No, Sarada-chan, you have to train hard for that, you know. You don't have to worry about that, father. I will do my best. Sarada had blue eyes, and that could be turned into Sharingan, and black hair, similar to that of in canon. His son with Hinata was Boruto and Himawari still, and as for other children, well, they're no-name children because you can name them yourself. The world was at peace, and as for Otsutsuki clan, he hell even made a lot of seals for them to counter any Otsutsuki. The contingent plans for Otsutsuki clan. He was training his children to counter any Otsutsuki clans. From his book, he has read about karma ahead of his time, and he has already made plans to, if any of his children or shinobi got karma, then a ways to prevent him from becoming a vessel and use karma to his own potential as well. And as for the Bijus, well, they remain in Uzushio-gakure as their own territory. Kurama was freed, even if he didn't want it to be freed, and was there for his own safety. Naruto and his family still went there to meet the Bijus. And they were surprised when their father, or spirit of their father, even visited them and thanked Naruto and gave him the power of our Rinnegan as well as of his ninja powers, naming him the second Rokudona Sanin. As the Bijus were livid with this, because their father's successor was none other than their friend, as he then bowed and took this responsibility as well. The world was at peace, and he was damn sure to keep it that way, because he was Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Senju. And you better believe it, he will keep this peace. This is where I'm going to be leaving off this story, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing out. Peace.